everyone, so today's video is my update for my palette of the month. So it's kind of like an update and an intro in one. So I'm going to be updating you on my palette of the month for May, which was the ABH Jackie Aina palette. And then I'm also going to be introducing my palette of the month for June. So I am going to be doing a more in-depth review for these updates. So this is what the palette looks like, and I did use this mostly every time I did my makeup in the month of May. And I really love this palette and I really enjoyed using it. I like how you can do a really more colorful look with these pinks and purples and like even this greenish tone here. But you can also do a really simple, easy, everyday look. So I'm just going to go shade by shade. So the first shade we have here is called Soleil. And this is just a really pretty glittery kind of, I guess I'll try to swatch it for you guys. But I don't know how well this is going to turn out. How do I even, here we go. So I'm not sure how well you can see that. And so this is just kind of a glittery, more lid shade. Here, let me do this better. And this is just kind of a goldish, okay, I'm really bad at describing shades, so these descriptions are not going to be good, but this is sort of a goldish, it also has some, it's almost like a rose gold, and it has some glitter in here, and it's just a really pretty metallic shade. So I did use this as an inner corner highlight mostly, or I would just use it as a lid shade. The next shade is called Supreme, and this is just a really pretty light pink color. So I'm pretty sure these three matte shades right here are all pressed pigments. So, and they do perform, they're almost like a little bit drier than the normal Anastasia matte formula, but they do still perform really well. So this is just a more light pink. This is the Supreme shade. And I do really enjoy this shade. It looks like really pink in the pan, but I use this as a transition shade for one of the looks I did. And I really enjoyed it. It wasn't too intense, but you could really build it up to get that intensity if you wanted it. The next shade we have here is called Pinker, and this is probably one of my favorite shades in the palette. Again, this is another one of the pressed pigments, but this is a little bit of a deeper pink. Oh god, wait, how do I even? Okay, hold on. I'm struggling. So this pink is a little bit deeper and it almost has a little bit of purple in it. But I really like this color for darkening the outer corner and the crease. The next shade is a purple called Bigwig. And my favorite color is purple, so I did really like this shade. And it's a really rich, vibrant purple. And it's just like a true purple. How many times am I going to say purple? It's just like a true purple color, and it's really pretty. And I also use this to darken out the outer corner. So sometimes I would put Supreme in the crease, more not as a transition shade, but after my transition shade, just to deepen it up a little bit. And then I would go in with Bigwig on the outer corner. Next we have a gold metallic shade right here called Dollars. And this is a really pretty, just true gold color. So here's the swatch. And so this is just like a straight up gold, so most of the time I would just use this like as my lid shade. And then we have the shade Credit, which is just a really deep rich brown color, and I really love this shade as well. This is really pretty for deepening the outer corner. So there's that swatch. And this is probably another one of my favorite colors. It's kind of neutral tone. It's not really warm, but it's also not really cool. Next we have this shade right here called Lituation, and this is more of a, oh gosh, how do you describe this? This is like a cool tone metallic taupe-ish color, and this is actually really pretty. I did do a really pretty smoky eye with this, so I think I went in with one of the transition shades that I'll show you later, and then I went in with Credit on the outer corner and a little bit in the crease, and then I just put this all over the lid, and it was super pretty look. Next we have this shade called Zam. So this is another metallic color. This is a really pretty metallic kind of coppery color, and this is really pretty. It's probably my favorite metallic shade in the palette, just because it's good for like an everyday natural look. And then we have this red metallic shade right here called Wigglies. And this is just like a, I wouldn't call it a true red metallic, but it's more like orange toned. And I was really scared to use this when I first saw it in the pan. Like, I thought it was gonna be super red and like more of like a Christmassy red, but it actually looks way more natural on the lids. And then we have this purple metallic right here called Shookington. And as I said, purple is my favorite shade. So this is just like a true purple metallic color. It's basically like a metallic version of Big Wig. So this is really pretty. I mainly just use this all over the lid because it's a metallic shade. So I would go in with like Supreme and also Big Wig and then put this all over the lid, and it was really pretty. Next we have this shade right here called Trust Issues, and this is almost just like a lid topper. It kind of has like a gold greenish duochrome shift to it. So I really just use this as, like I said, a lid topper. You could use it if you were doing like an everyday, just like all over the lid glitter color. That would be really pretty. Next is the shade Edges, and it's more of a really warm red tone brown. So this is a really pretty matte color, and I would use this as my transition shade for some of the looks. I would either use this color or one we're going to get to next, the shade Ginger. This is what Edges looks like, and it's a really pretty more red tone transition shade. And I did think this was going to be too deep on my skin tone to use as a transition shade, but if you go in with a really light hand, it actually works really well. Next is the shade called Sponsored, and this is just like your classic metallic blue-brown pigment. So like I said, this is kind of just like a blue-brown pigment, and it's a really pretty metallic color. I did use this a few times all over the lid. And then lastly, we have here Ginger, which is a really pretty warm crease shade. And like I said, I did use this as a transition. If I went in really lightly, it would work as a transition. And so that's what that looks like. So as you can see, Edges is a lot more warmer and red tone than Ginger. Ginger is probably my favorite shade in here for like a transition. Also, don't mind this. I just realized that you could see that, but I was working out and I was doing these plank exercises and all the skin came off my elbows. So yes, it looks really gross, I know, but it's been there for like a week and it won't go away. So, sorry, you'll just have to deal with that. But these are all the swatches of the palette, kind of ratchet swatches. And I might have put up some of the looks I did while I was talking about them, but I'll also insert some of the other looks I did with this palette right now. So I really did enjoy using this palette, and this is super versatile. It's probably one of the most versatile palettes in my collection. So I'm really glad I got a lot of use out of it this past month. So now to introduce my palette of the month for June, I chose the ColourPop Yes Please palette. And I thought this would be a really pretty palette to work with because it has a lot of more warmer and brighter tones in here. So I thought it would be really good for summer. And I'm really excited to use like this yellow shade right here. And all of these matte shades look really pretty as well. And I just realized, I guess it has 4 metallic shades in here. But this will be really pretty to play with. So I'm really excited to get more use out of this. I've probably only used this like once, and I've had it in my collection for a really long time. So I'm really excited to use this palette for the month of June. And that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Also, if you're wondering about this eye look, I will have a tutorial up on Saturday for my shadow series, so stay tuned for that. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon to get notified every time I post. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.